when we have these special needs, and so you have to deal with wisdom with people who are going through these special, critical situations, sensitive situations. You have to set them aside, and you have to administer care in a special way. And then the fourth is for organizations working to end abuse, or history makers who are working tirelessly to help put a stop to abuse. The fifth, young adults, these emerging change makers who are seeking to become more conscious of their personal power, and they want to make a difference in the world. And the last piece, you just touched upon it, for those men, those who love victims of abuse, those men who are trying to understand us, but don't really understand us. They want to love us. We won't let them in because sometimes we're scared. We want to teach you what we're going through. I want to share what we're really going through. And I don't want you to run. I want you to embrace our truth and just walk alongside us, and just know that the love that we sometimes push away is the love that we need the most.
Right. That is powerful. And I'm going to do everything I can to continue to share the book. You have my information, so just you can contact me or tag me in anything that you are releasing, because I want to make sure I get it out there for everyone to see, because it is healing. We're living in a world also where people they're hurt. They don't know where to go. They don't know what to do, and they think that they're in it alone, but they're not. There's people that have went through it, have experienced it, and there are people out there that are there to help. So I think it's very important to get this book in the right hands and to the people that need it.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate the support. And, I have to say, if I'm allowed, I'd like to thank, my children. They're my biggest cheerleaders. They pushed me, Mom, you got to do it. So I want to thank my 3 daughters, Janier, Jatanya, Jalen, and all of my friends, my girlfriends here in Santa Barbara. They know who they are. I call us the 3 the hard way. My girlfriends, Anjali and Tammy and Bavine, and all of my mentors. There's so many to name and my coaches. But also this morning, as I was preparing for this, I have to say this. I woke my friend up who lives in D.C., and I'm like, you got to help me. I want to make sure that I'm on point. And I have to say to my his name is Felipe Major, and he was right alongside me, helping me, no judgments. And so talking about helping the men who care about us to understand us, this is my way of kind of inviting, him into my world to say, hey, this is what I've been through. So you get to decide, if you want to come along with this girl on this journey.
Right,
so
right, exactly.
I just want to say thank you to every single person. My editor who's editing my book right now, Yvette and June and Lila, everybody, Amber, all of my friends and family. I don't want to start naming names. I don't want to get in trouble. And also the spiritual leader, my Bishop Bonaparte, and my prayer group, because I cannot do this without prayer. It has been a spiritual warfare. So I have to thank my New Hope prayer group. We have a prayer group called Spiritual Workout, and we meet every morning at 5:30. And I just want to thank my bishop out loudly, Bishop Philip Bonaparte, who has been praying for me and has been there for me ever since I started this journey. I just want to say a big thank you to everyone for believing in me, pushing me to do this. So,
yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for reaching out to come on the show. You have been a blessing to everyone's ears that is listening or that will hear this after the show's over. You've been a blessing, and I thank you. Thank you for reaching out. Once again, Leonie Mattison, I'll put the website, her Instagram and social media, everything is there in the chat room so that you guys can access it. And much appreciation. One other question I do have. I know you're not a sports fan, but is there a particular team that you follow? I know you said soccer, so do you follow the Jamaican soccer team?
I do follow. almost everything that we do in Jamaica, from track and field to soccer. Yes, I do, but I have to say, so no, I don't, and the cricket, I also follow cricket,
Okay.
but I, in the recent years, I've been looking at, this woman. Her name is Janine Shepherd, and she's a champion Australian cross country skier. And what I love about this woman, her story mirrors mine, and so I try to follow everything that she does. And I do love Michael Jordan, by the way, but her life was it was altered when she was hit by a truck while bike riding. And this woman's story of strength and courage effortlessly, captured folks from all over the world. And she's a testament to the power of the human spirit. And one that is, if you go on to YouTube and look her up, Janine Shepherd, it will definitely inspire and change your life. And this is what really, some of the things that propel me forward. So when I think about, role models and sports teams that I want to, to learn from, I really want to know their story. I want to know, and I think, I talked about this before, about what I love about sports and why I'm ready to meet my husband to be. I'm ready. It's because I love sports in the way that I feel like it's a game where you're always getting knocked down, right? You're always getting knocked down. But what I love about watching people play sports, they get up. They get up, they rise, and they get back out there even when it's raining and they're bruised. And I'm like, God, I just love the human spirit. We are a force to reckon with. And so, Janine Shepherd, and my other guy, all-time favorite is Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, who has shown us that achieving, what's possible. Achieving anything is possible. And all we have to do is we need to just believe in our own capabilities and don't fear failure, and work hard to achieve the results that we want. So those are the two that comes to mind when I think about sports. I think about this woman, and I always think about Michael Jordan as,
the greatest of all time. It's argued, but to me, he's the greatest of all time. But an amazing interview, amazing opportunity. You have one person in the chat room saying, congratulations to you on your journey. That's from Shelly Q. Also, Courtney Harden says, this is a blessing listening to this story. So you are touching people as they're listening. Pre-order the book. Go to the website. And thank you. Thank you for reaching out. It was definitely a blessing to have you on.
Thank you so much for having me, and to all of our listeners, your listeners, and to all of my potential readers and folks who will listen on my website. Thanks for your support. Thank you so much, and I am believing God for great things. And yes, we're going to see firsthand that God transforms imperfect steps into ordained purpose, and I'm so excited!
Me too. I am so excited too. Thank you. Thank you for coming on the show. You have a good rest of your day as well. Stay in touch. I would love to get you on the show again in the future.
Awesome. Thank you. Have a wonderful rest of the weekend.
You too. Thank you.
Okay, then. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Man, that was powerful stuff right there. That was powerful. That was deep. That was, like I talk about on this show, I am open to interviewing really anybody. And there's a website I use called Fiverr.com where people can go on there, reach out for interviews, reach out for marketing opportunities. And it's a great website to use because it allows you to make money on it and on opportunities that you do on your podcast or on your show or whatever you do. If there's something that you're creative at, Fiverr.com is definitely a way to provide your services to someone. That's where she reached out on, and I think it was a great interview, man. Great interview. And Shelly, Courtney says that was powerful inspiration. And Shelly, you would have did fine. Don't worry. Plus, I was going to have you at the beginning of the show, but we'll definitely going to be having Shelly Q coming on very soon because we got to talk about her thoughts on the Cowboys, being we're both Cowboys fans. And she's a 2-time Arthur also. So, man, very, very powerful show today. We are at the end, just doing 2 hours today. Definitely wanted to block off some time for Dr. Leonie, Mattison. Also, we had filmmaker Deondra Edwards. Before I go, I do want to talk about UFC 240, which is going down tonight. We have 2 fights, main event fights. Champion Max Holloway going up against Frankie Edgar. Then you have Chris Cyborg going up against Felicia Spencer. Yeah, boo Cowboys, Courtney. Yeah, okay, yeah. Say that for now. Don't say that when we beat you guys both times. But definitely, Max Holloway is who I would definitely pick. And then Chris Cyborg, which I've said like numerous times, I didn't think she would win. I didn't think she was going to lose, but she's already lost once. So this is a bounce back fight for her. I'm going with Chris Cyborg. I'm going with Max Holloway, UFC 240. Make sure to tune in to the weekend wrap-up show on Monday. It'll be on at 12 Central, 1 Eastern. We got Major League Baseball going on. We got the trade deadline coming up on Wednesday. We got a couple of players that may or may not be getting traded. Also, real quick, I wanted to mention the Clippers are looking at getting a new arena. It's going to be in Inglewood, so it's still going to be in LA. But the Clippers want to take over LA. Clippers aren't playing. Clippers aren't trying to be in the shadow of the Lakers anymore, which they should not be. You should not be sharing an NBA arena with an NBA team. There's too much money. There's too much money in the NBA for you to be sharing an arena. Get your own. They're working on it. It's supposed to be amazing. We'll see what happens there. Also, shout out to the ladies. WNBA All-Star game going on today. And they're going to change up some of the rules, which I think is pretty cool. I think you definitely need to find ways to shake things up. The teams will play a 20-second shot clock instead of the usual 24. Also, the shorter shot clock is going to give them a change of the pace of play. Also, the league is going to be initiating hockey-style live substitutions. Now, that's only going to be for this All-Star game, but hey, shake it up. I mean, sorry to say it, but the Big Three has surpassed the WNBA in viewership. That should not be. That's not okay. So WNBA trying to come up with some creative ideas. Also, shout out to Smitty. Excuse me, I missed you. Shout out to Smitty. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate the comments in the chat room. I really try to shake it up. I don't like doing the same thing, and that's why I've always been open to having different people come on the show, promote different businesses on the show, and give people an opportunity to speak on what it is that they do and what it is that they have going on and what they want to achieve. Cyborg wins. She will fight Nunez in a rematch. I think that definitely needs to happen. 100% facts. That definitely needs to happen. So, you guys have a good rest of your weekend. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll be back on Monday. I don't know when I'll be doing the next Saturday show because I got a couple things going on for the next couple of Saturdays. But, if something comes up, I will definitely do a show. I will do a Facebook event and share it out to everybody so that we can get as many people in here to enjoy the conversation, enjoy the show. But I'll be back on Monday with the weekend wrap-up show. Tuesday, Dope Music Podcast. Going to be doing jazz. Going to go do some jazz, a jazz fusion record that I found. And then we'll be back with the BS3 Sports Show. So you guys have a good rest of your day. Thank you to all the listeners. Thank you everybody that joined in. Thank you for people that reached out to get interviewed on today's show. Let's share the love. Let's love each other. God is love. God bless to each and every one of you guys at the sound of my voice.